Good morning. Welcome to Super Bowl 58, live at Radio Row from the Mandalay Bay. My name is Roy Kessel here with Kayla Bradham from Sports Philanthropy Network, and we're very excited to have with us today special guest Andrew Sneyd. Andrew is the EVP of Marketing for FanDuel. We appreciate you taking time to come and join us today.
Thanks for having me on.
We're excited to talk to you about FanDuel's got an amazing initiative. We're watching some of the activations going on at the FanDuel booth. So tell us what FanDuel's got planned here at Radio Row at the Super Bowl and then around town. A lot going on.
Yeah, this is the biggest week of the year. This is the time when we show up and lean in for incredible sports moments with our fans and customers. So we're excited to be here at Radio Row. We've got programming that happens throughout the day, bringing people closer to the stars of football and beyond. We are also really excited that we have a live event happening on Sunday where Rob Gronkowski gets his kick of redemption as he tries to nail a field goal during our live 30-second commercial that's happening just before kickoff. So it's Gronk's kick just before the Super Bowl kickoff.
So tell us a little bit more about that. Where are you having it, and what was the theory behind that? Obviously, Gronk brings a lot of eyeballs and a lot of excitement, a lot of passion to the game. How are you incorporating that into FanDuel's strategy for the big game?
Yeah, so the kick itself is live, and it's just off the strip, a few blocks from where we are. He's excited. He's been practicing hard. We like the whole Kick of Destiny is a great opportunity for us to have fun with our fans. It's a really fun story to bring a sequel back to what was so engaging for everyone last year. We made it even more involving for customers, where this year, instead of just watching and enjoying whether he'll make it or not, folks have the opportunity to bet whether this tight end is going to make a field goal or whether he's going to miss one. And it's a free bet that anyone can place on our sportsbook app. Just download the app and you have the opportunity to start your sports betting career with perhaps the easiest thing to bet on. Do you trust Rob or not? Make or miss. If you get it right, you share in $10 million of bonus bets with everyone that got it correct.
So obviously at Sports Philanthropy Network, we would love to hear about how FanDuel might be able to incorporate some of that charitable and community and philanthropic elements into that type of activation. Can we get FanDuel to match $10 million to charities for that kick?
10 million in bonus bets. We actually have done some things we're incredibly proud of. So as we've launched in different states, we've made a point of making sure that we're involved in those communities. So we have a large fund for the opportunity to train people on just the ability to understand how to manage their money well. Great opportunity that we just did with the launch in Massachusetts. Financial literacy we know is important, and understanding what you're betting on marries with that really well. We've got a great fund for helping historical Black colleges and universities. And my personal favorite is we've got a team of FanDuelers that are participating in Cycle for Survival as we look to find a cure for cancer. Great way for us to rally everyone in the office, raise money, force our senior leadership to match our donations, and look to try to end cancer together.
Fantastic. I think it's so important when you talk about getting involved, on a state-by-state basis. Obviously, the sort of mess of all the regulations that go on everywhere. But how do you identify, right? There's so many amazing causes out there. You can see up on our wall over there the causes that people have picked and what they're passionate about. How as a company, as FanDuel, determine where it's going to create that impact? Financial literacy here, Cycle for Cancel there. What's the process that you go through?
So we have a group that's working on community activation and trying to understand what's right in every state. We, as part of Flutter, so FanDuel is a part of the Flutter organization, we have a do more pillar of what we want to activate and make sure that we're being a great member just in our communities. So there's a bunch of work that we do as part of an employee group to give back. And as I said, we've got a great group of people that are always looking for the right way for us to participate in giving back in the communities that we're in.
I know Kayla's very passionate about the HBCU space. That's an area, you know, you want to talk about that?
I would love to. My internet is super, super laggy, guys. I can't even hear you. So I'm going to leave it to you guys. But I am passionate about the HBCU space.
So we've done work with a lot of different groups with the HBCUs. One of our programs is called NIL for Good, where we
Yep.
work with the college athletes and help them understand how being active in a philanthropic or community element really helps elevate their personal brand and gives them opportunities to connect and impact their community. So we'd love to hear more about the HBCU work that you mentioned.
Yeah, so we both have a fund. We've donated $1 million, for example, in the state of Virginia. We also have it building as an opportunity for us to continue to bring in a more diverse workforce into our company. So, for example, we have an office in Atlanta, and we've done a lot of work in Georgia, working with the historical Black colleges and universities there to continue to just be present in those schools, tech and engineering, product design, and others, to continue to provide opportunities for people to be able to have internships and start in the company as well. So there's just a lot we can do to try to make sure that we're being good community representatives in the places where we operate.
So you mentioned the big Gronk activation right before kickoff, so that'll be fun. But I know that these things don't happen quickly, and they're planned out months and months ahead of time. So take us through maybe the rest of 2024 for some of the highlights of what you guys have planned.
Yeah, as you would expect, we follow a lot the calendar of interest that people have for sporting events. So we have a great opportunity to take advantage of our partnership with the Kentucky Derby. We're the only sports betting app that actually has the ability to bet on the Kentucky Derby right in the sportsbook app, as opposed to being needing to download something else. That's a big activation for us. Obviously, the NBA and the NBA playoffs are a big part of what we do as well. And then before we know it, we'll be back to NFL kickoff again with a great opportunity to keep bringing to life the sport that we see people are watching the most. It was amazing to see the recap of 2023, just how many of the biggest TV shows of the year were NFL games. Amazing.
Yeah, it certainly captures the NFL captures the eyeballs and overwhelms a lot that's going on, and the sports betting and that landscape has just exploded. Obviously, with the ability to do it right from your palm instead of needing to be here, let's say in Las Vegas or in Atlantic City or anywhere else, right? People, my son's in college, and all of his friends are on that betting, on the fly as things are going on. So there's a lot of interest there. So for you personally, when you look at your involvement here, talk about some of the things that you're trying to get done in Las Vegas, aside from just promoting the main activation.
Well, if I had one thing to pick that I'm trying to get done, it's to make sure that we've got Rob as ready as possible to nail that football straight through the uprights, celebrate the moment that is a live event before kickoff. And then we actually have an ad in the Super Bowl itself in the second quarter that's going to be the conclusion of the story arc that we've been presenting people here during Kick of Destiny 2.
So does he have a kicking coach that's working with him to get that done?
He's got multiple, including Adam Vinatieri, who's been working with him, and it's been a big part of breaking down his technique. And as you can imagine, when you're a premier athlete like Rob is, he takes the coaching very seriously. He wants to break down the fundamentals, and he is doggedly determined to become a field goal kicker for us.
Well, Andrew, we appreciate you taking the time to join us today. Great to learn about what FanDuel is doing, especially in the community. We have a passion for following that work, and we'd love to see how we can partner and get FanDuel involved with our chapters in the 22 markets we have around the country so far. So on behalf of Kayla Bradham, I'm Roy Kessel with Sports Philanthropy Network. We want to thank you for joining us today. Thank our viewers and listeners for being part of this broadcast and reminding everybody to live generously. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.